Okay, this is my app for my Mantica Workshop watch inventory control. When I buy watches, sometimes I buy them at lots, I buy them in pieces and everything like that. So this helps me, this is going to help me keep track of it by giving it unique item numbers, dividing how much the lot and the shipping cost or by the number of items in the lots. So in this first box, I'm going to go ahead and put in a Seiko 5M42 0G60, and the lot cost, it cost me $24.99. Shipping was $4.99. It's item number 1 of 3. I'm going to leave it at a 40% markup for it. When I hit calculate, it gives me a unique identification code using my cipher. It gives me my item cost and my list price. Now that's derived from $24.99 plus $4.99 is $29.98, and 1 or $29.98 divided by 3, $13.99. It rounds up, does math. Now this is from my back end. It populated my front end for my watch inventory, so when I do sales, I see my list price, which is copied over from the back end. Now I can offer it as a sales price. I can offer a 10% discount, and that is not able to enter there, so I use these buttons to enter the discount 10%. These are up and down by 5, and then fine control by 1 at a time. So let's do an 18% discount, calculate the discount. We now know that that is now $11.47. I can offer it for sale. If I decide I'm going to put a second item in here, I'm going to put in a Seiko 7T36 5 Alpha 49. This is still the same lot, still the same shipping, but now this is number 2 in the lot. So I hit that, and this one I can make a little bit more money on, so I'm going to change this to a 200% markup. Or I'm going to change this to a 20% markup. Calculate it. Now my list price is $11.99. I generated a new item code, which again transferred, and then I can do 0% there. But now my left and right buttons are now active. I can go to my previous thing, my current thing. I'll enter a third. I'll enter a Timex 0689. This is the third piece in the lot, so 3, and this one's going to have a 60% markup. Calculate, and it transferred over here. My cipher works into my code, so I can read the information on the front end, and I can go left and right. And this one I have a little bit more markup, so I can offer 25% discount. Or let's go with a 22% discount. Calculate it. I can sell it for $10.91. So if you look back, that $10.91 is just 92 cents more than my item cost, but in sales I can read my actual cost here in my cipher to know, so I wouldn't offer it for that discount. That is my app with the functions, with the buttons, with the UIs. Now I'll show a little bit of the code. Okay, let me turn off this logo, let me turn off this label. Now here's code, right? We do stuff here where we show what I'm doing. I'm storing the items in memory. So this is not a solid program, but it's a temporary memory that's running. That's why it has the three things in there. It tracks the items in the front end that I want to show. Here, this gives me the numbers that pre-populate according to 40%, the lot size, the discount, sales price. This is the ones that I want to keep in my record, which will be built into like a JSON file. Right here are my functions: calculate item cost, apply markup, build raw item code, and apply discount, and how they're built. This is my cipher where I do substitution of the numbers inputted to letter codes. This is the back end, how to calculate and add. So here we're calculating the lot cost and the shipping. Right, here's my prevent and divide by 0. Here's how I keep everything meaningful in the item code or in the lot size. Shows the different ways to break it up. Here's where I call my functions. Here's where it shows the back end results when I calculate. This is where it stores the records, the stuff that I want to store in the records, and it also shows the newest item on the front end. Here's my front end where everything is wrapped up into and starts showing. Here's some functions and some for the buttons to work. Here's the up, the down, and the fine tuning of the discount buttons. This is so then the discount goes back to 0. This is when we calculate the discount. Here are some helpers, what everything is and where everything should go to. Sales price stays blank. And this is so that when I click into the back end, I can start, it clears it, so then that way I can start typing in the new item. So again, this is my app with a back end and a front end for Mad Tinker's Workshop Watch Inventory. Thank you.